Welcome to the Clack Shack, and tonight I'm gonna do a little crazy experiment here, and just to see if I can do something. I was up earlier checking the chickens, and this is something I asked myself back during Easter, but I never got to follow through with it. I wanted to know, could an XTool D1 engrave a fresh egg? Now, I'm gonna let you know that this is not an egg from Kroger's or whatever grocery store you have nearby, okay? This is straight out the chicken house. All right, this egg was laid today. It doesn't have any wax on it. It doesn't have any artificial nothing on it. I mean, this is as natural and as fresh as you can find an egg. So I'm gonna find out if I can actually engrave on an egg, and may possibly find out if you can cut a hole in an egg with a D1 XTool. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, and if it does, I'm hoping it only goes through the top so that I can get it off and give it to the cat, because Fluffy is anxiously awaiting in hopes that this experiment fails and I crack this egg, because she really loves some fresh eggs. So stick around for just a minute. I'm gonna get my egg set up and get my focus adjusted, and we'll get to testing this theory. Okay guys, we are having a heat wave here in Alabama, and of course I've had to turn my fans off, so y'all bear with me on the perspiration here. 100% humidity and 100 degrees just doesn't mix. But I've got the egg set. I've got my laser close to focused. The height of the egg without any legs or anything like that, it's been a little challenging, so I'm kind of actually above where the thumb screw catches, but I've let it back down, and it looks like it's going to work. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I guess the first thing I need to do is just do a little scratch mark, like maybe like a circle or something. Nothing too intense, just to see if I can even make a mark on this eggshell. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire that up. And I'm gonna try to put it right here on the highest part of the egg so that we can see it. And what I'll be running is, I'm gonna go with 70 speed at 100% output. And we'll see if that makes a mark, cuts a hole in it, or does anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and frame first, just to make sure we are where I think it will be. All right, let me turn I got a little bit of a jig file built, so let me turn the jig file off. Okay, so that's just gonna be a little tiny circle. Not going too big, because I don't want to cut the egg in half in case it's too much. I'm really not wanting to clean up a mess today. So here we go. Okay. Not a very pleasant smell. I did, however, I'm hoping that focuses. It did, however, mark the egg pretty well. I'm gonna be honest with you, it looks like if I'd have run it a little harder, it would have cut the egg. So maybe we're gonna need to back down the power just a little. So I'm gonna rotate this thing around just a little bit and get me a fresh, clean side right here. I'm gonna turn my power down to 85% and try that. So this is 85% power at 100 millimeters per second. Okay, that didn't make a clean line, so I'm gonna go back to the way we were. Even though I think I risked cutting through the egg, I'm gonna go back to the way we were. So now I'm actually gonna try to engrave an image on my egg here. And of course, we're gonna do the Clack Shack logo, just because that's what we do. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we'll do the logo. That way I can see what it looks like with a little bit of definition. So let me get this thing resized because it is not egg size. So I'm gonna remove my little circle and we'll put the logo up. I'm gonna make it a little bigger so we can see the detail, maybe. If we don't bust the egg. And the power on this, since this is a feel, is showing 40 speed, 100% power, but I'm afraid to go that slow with it. But you know what? Let's see what it does. Let's try it. Let me make sure I got my image small enough to where we're not going to be here all day. And here we go. Turn the vacuum table on. Eggshell does not necessarily give off a very fragrant odor. This is where it gets risky because it's filling in the saw blade on my emblem and that's going to get it really hot. So I'm hoping not to have an explosion here. Be like microwaving an egg maybe. I bet this would look cool with the lights out though, on this white egg. Okay. Well, the good news is you can engrave an egg. It made it kind of whiter, maybe a little bit brown. So I'm not sure. But yeah, that worked. That definitely worked. So there you have it, guys. You can engrave an egg, a white egg, fresh white egg, with the XTool D1. So, kind of curious what would happen if I did a multiple pass. I want to know if it'll make it dark. So, I'm going to roll it over, and I'm going to do a 2-pass and see if it makes it any darker. Okay, so a 2-pass really didn't change a whole lot. It almost made either I'm seeing more blue or something, but I don't know if maybe because I had my glasses on now, I took them off, but it made it a little darker. You can see the logo a little better. So, but I do catch myself kind of curious as to what would happen if I did a brown, green, or a blue egg. So I think I may try that. All right, guys, got us a brown egg. I had to go up to the top of the hill there to the chickens and get it. Pop quiz for you guys. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but chicken eggs are not supposed to be white. The way the egg works is when the egg is created, the hen actually puts a color coat on the egg before she lays it. So technically all eggs are white just below the surface. That egg is from a hen that is specifically created to lay white eggs, meaning that she doesn't create a dye to put on those eggs. So if my calculations are correct, the laser hopefully will etch the brown paint that this hen puts on her eggs off and expose the white undercoat, kind of like when you use the spray paint on tile and then you knock the spray paint off. So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna turn this one in here, get it in my little handy egg holder, and we're gonna make her go and see what happens. I've got this one set to 2 passes also. I'm gonna turn my table back on and my air assist. All right, I had it on 2 passes, but after seeing what happened the first pass, I decided to turn it off. And I was correct, guys. The brown eggs actually engrave really nicely, and I didn't have to do 2 passes, because what happens is, like I said, little quick science lesson for you here. The paint is placed on the egg by the chicken internally as it's getting ready to be laid. So basically what we have done is we have taken the paint job that the chicken put on this egg, because it's brown. I have blue eggs, I have green eggs, and I have brown eggs, and I have some white eggs. So what we did was we removed the paint off of the egg and exposed the shell itself, which is actually white, because internally all these eggs are the same on the inside. They're just painted different colors. So there you have it, guys. It can be done. All right, guys, I hope you were entertained by the video, and if you ever do decide you want to engrave an egg, now you know it's best to use colored eggs, and it can be done. So like I said, that was just something that I thought of that I thought would be kind of cool. Wanted to experiment and figured I'd share it with you, but it is way too hot out there today and I'm just not feeling it. So I'm going to be inside, or at least here on the porch in front of the fans for a little while, and kind of relax tonight. I'll be back in the shop working again tomorrow night. But thanks for dropping by, and have a good night.